I'm probably gonna start covering. I feel like I'm gonna start covering some political stuff light possibly soon. So um we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Got that, got that. All right. Is it announced is the question. Did it announce? Mama, ooh, I don't wanna die. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. It was something else. Every time they do an update for OBS, you have to go into your fucking settings and do some weird shit. I don't want to check this out. Why is this doing this? Okay. Mama, ooh, I don't wanna die. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Oh, now it announces me. Okay. Brother, may I have some oats? I'm so glad I was able to go live today. I feel like I've been lobotomized. Do you guys ever have that feeling? I feel like I feel like I've been lobotomized. Like, I don't know. I feel like some days I just really feel like I don't know how to describe it, dude. My ADHD is wild today. Yeah. You mean brain fog? Kind of, yeah. I feel like I've been lobotomized. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because there's an Adderall shortage. I have those days where my frontal lobe's numb. Yeah. I feel like I've been having that for a bit. So yeah, I just feel like I've been lobotomized. But anyways, I think I look very cute today. At least there's that, even if I have been lobotomized. Hi, Chris. How's it going? There's still an Adderall shortage? I feel like there's been a shortage for years. Yeah, there has been. I may be dumb, but I'm also pretty. Star, probably. I don't think I'm dumb. I think I'm actually quite intelligent, but you know, you have those days where you just feel like your frontal lobe is not connected to the rest of you. Heritage Foundation just released a new roadmap. Let's see what else there is. A really fat bear. Everybody's ripping on Hassan again, which I don't mind, obviously. I'm down with that. Yeah. So yeah, that's just how I feel. You know, that's just how I feel. The fuck did he do again? Hola, why are we ripping on Hassan? Need context? I don't actually know. I just know that all my friends are ripping on him right now on Twitter. I haven't kept up. So right now, Oh, Jessica Valenti is the one who tweeted that. That's interesting. Saving America by Saving the Family, a foundation for the next 250 years. This might be interesting to look at. Like, what is Heritage Foundation up to? I actually don't know. I never paid attention to him dual streaming in the first place. But I know he did briefly because he got banned or whatever. Paste. Mama, ooh, I don't wanna die. Oh, yeah, we've got so much right-wing drama as well. Oh my god. We've also got, like, the dumb Mike from PA drama as well. He's just being a dipshit on Twitter again. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Carry on, 'cause nothing really matters. We rip on Hassan for existing because he's a dipshit. Actually true. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Carry on, 'cause nothing really matters. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, will you do the fandango? Hi, Jake Breaker, how's it going? Okay, yeah, we're definitely covering the fucking Bulwark article on Elijah Schaffer. I will tell you guys, when it comes to Elijah Schaffer, nothing ever happens. When it comes to Elijah Schaffer, I heard years ago, okay? And you guys will probably remember, those of you who are old heads, okay, who used to watch me, you probably remember the Twitter space I happened upon late at night where everybody was spilling the tea on Elijah Schaffer being a piece of shit. And I'd also talk to people who worked like in a producer role adjacent or with Elijah Schaffer, and they've also, like, all the people who've worked on his production set say that he is a massive fucking asshole. And it's just incredible, really. It really is just incredible. Going good, getting my creative juices flowing and bullying clankers to make songs for me. Interesting. Milo Yiannopoulos obviously dropped some fucking tea. Okay. So we'll review that as well. God, I fucking hate JD Vance. He is so uncharismatic. Yeah, Milo, like, least surprising thing in the world, by the way. I don't know how people don't learn from it. Milo Yiannopoulos is the penultimate snake, okay? Every single leak, like, that has been, like, earth-shattering has come from Milo Yiannopoulos. The Richard Spencer leak, where he is screaming about Nick Fuentes back in, 2018, I think? That came from Milo. Milo was the one who was spreading rumors about Lauren Southern sleeping with people. Milo was the one who leaked stuff about Ali Alexander. Milo was the one who, I think, even leaked some stuff about Marjorie Taylor Greene. I could be wrong about that one. Yeah, Milo does bring the content, but Milo also, like, I don't know how anybody becomes friends with him. You have to keep that guy. Yeah, I don't know. You just have to, you really have to be careful with him. You know, I would not be friends with that guy. To be fair, Lauren was sleeping with people, namely Destiny. Well, who am I to judge, right? But, you know, I guess if you're from that trad, you know, space, then yeah, kind of doesn't seem like it aligns. Okay. I just thought this was really funny. If you want to know, like, if you want, like, an insight, well, first off, let me just say hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, Keldosh. How's it going? What is, oh, okay, that's just my floor. Okay. I sure hope you wouldn't be friends with Milo. I'd only be friends with him for the content. I would never say anything about my personal life. You know? But the thing is, Gilded, the trad thing was the issue people had, yes. But the thing is, Lauren Southern is far from the only person. In fact, it is the norm for these people in that space. And Lauren Southern's always been very open, like, yeah, most of the people in this space do not live the values that they tout, right? Star, worst of the internet, and chat. Hello, worst of the internet. By the way, Gilded and I have been working on this. I have been editing a video for Gilded, and we are coming to the end of the thing. Basically, I think all of the chapters are done. I'm now in the cleanup phases where I'm balancing audio. Though I do have to work on the conclusion. That's probably the last part. And the intro. The intro, I'll spend some time on that. So intro and conclusion, but all the substantial chunks are basically put together. I'm just cleaning up audio and adding movement. Are you going to react to it? I am not going to react to the video because it's not out yet, but it will be out in a few days. Probably. But I have to say, that Purple Sacramentan guy, he needs to fucking know the amount of effort that has gone into this project. It is actually insanely stupid. I don't know if you guys know of Purple Sacramentan. He is this, he's a lolcow, basically. And he's an idiot. And dude, like, his fucking voice changer alone makes me want to throttle him. I want to throttle him. Like, you best hope that I never run into this man in real life. I mean, not like I know what his face looks like, but my God, his audio already is garbage, and then he uses this shitty voice changer on top of it, and it makes half the shit that he says completely incomprehensible to me. Just completely incomprehensible to me. And yes, he is an absolute freak. Gilded fucking tears him to shreds. I'm so excited for this video. Like, as I went through the fucking video essay, because I wanted to keep some of it, like, myself in the mystery too. I feel like that's like part of the magic, right? At least when I'm editing like Lonerbox streams, one thing I do enjoy about it is as I'm listening through, I feel like I'm getting informed, I'm getting some of the mystery, you know, so I still like to kind of go in chronological order and really get a full picture as it's building. And it lives up. Fucking Gilded fucking kills it. What an incredible camera presence too Gilded has. Like, yeah, you do not get enough credit, Gilded. You do not. You have incredible camera presence. You have incredible, just like a gift of the gab, basically. So I have to give you all the credit there. Credit where credit is due. But yeah, just also being able to like have a general structure, not having to write everything out word by word, but knowing what you're gonna say and just being comfortable with it. I mean, there are parts where he's uncomfortable, but there's very good reason for it, and everybody, the whole audience is meant to be uncomfortable. But yeah, just really incredible. Sorry, I don't mean to inflate you too much. Yeah, maybe, but my editing sucks. Your editing does not suck, Gilded. Your editing does not suck. Nobody enjoys editing really that much, you know? I have like brief moments where I enjoy it. Where I'll be in the middle of it and I'll be like laughing at something and I'll be like, "Oh my god, I enjoy this so much." But like for the most part, like editing is a very like tedious task. It's you know. Anyways, where was I going with this? Right, yeah, it really lives up. Like the buildup is incredible. I love it. I think you guys will love it too. But yeah, the Sacramentan guy is, yes, he is a freak. But I think the thing that probably drove me closest to insane while editing this was the voice changer that he uses. He is so, like, what is the point of the voice changer? You don't sound like a thug. You don't sound like you're hard. You don't sound like, well, one, I know you look like a shrimp, okay? You are a shrimp, and you don't have your fried rice with you, okay? You don't have your homies. There are no homies here to back you up. There's no fried rice to back you up, okay? You are just a shrimp, and you are absolutely fried to a crisp, and nobody thinks that you're hard because your voice changer makes your voice artificially low. Nobody thinks, he even raps with a voice changer. How do you even stay on beat with that? You know that it's gonna like fuck up the beat, you know? And then like, yeah, he makes terrible music. Like nobody thinks that you're hard. Nobody, your voice changer is not helping you sound harder or more of a thug. It just makes you sound like a freak. You sound like the dude who is supposed to show up in my neighborhood and offer me candy from like the windowless van. You sound like that guy. You sound like the one ice cream guy who like tried to tell me that he knew my dad. Like I don't know. Like you don't sound hard. You sound like you pick on the weakest of the weak because you can't pick on anybody else, which is probably true. So I mean, he'll probably never see this, but and then he goes around, thinks he's so tough. He thinks I don't want to give away anything, but man, he thinks he's so tough. And you would sound tougher if you didn't use a voice changer, actually, because you got like caveman voice, right? He has caveman voice. That's what it sounds like to me. Purple Sacramentan without the voice changer literally sounds like he's a caveman. And, you know, with cavemen, they're not very smart, but they seem like they could kind of beat you up, right? Like, okay, I'm afraid of that guy bonking me on the head, right? I'm afraid of that guy bonking me on the head and, like, dragging me away. But when you use the fucking... Did her sound cut out? Did my sound cut out? If you use the fucking voice changer, you don't have caveman voice. You just sound like a guy who literally is waiting in the ice cream truck. You're waiting in the ice cream truck and you're telling me that you know my dad. like, bro, what? So yeah, lately I've been feeling like I'm lobotomized. It might be because of how fried my brain is from listening to that voice changer and trying to understand what the fuck this guy is saying. And that does not bode well for you, okay? That does not bode well for you, okay? I was born and raised in America. I know I look like, you know, a brown person and, you know, everybody wants me out right now. I'm like the least favorite, I'm like the most favorite race for people to be racist to right now. But, I swear to God, I was born and raised in America, and the fact that I have so much trouble, I swear it's not a language barrier. It's just your fucking voice changer. It's sad how well I understand him with a voice changer. LOL. Yeah, dude, Gilded, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. I was fucking losing my mind. I swear to God, there was a full day where I just spent the entire day trying to understand what the fuck this guy is saying. And then I had to take a break in the middle of it because I was like, oh my God. And it's like, so my brain, like the toxins are not flushed out. Like you have filled my brain with toxins. And there's a reason why you sit there with like 100 some subscribers, even if your YouTube channel's gotten banned like however many times. The reason that you're sitting there with 100 some YouTube subscribers after years and years is because your audio is fucking garbage and you're using that god awful fucking voice changer and nobody can understand half of what you say. And then you try to act like you're tough, and we all know that you're a shrimp fried with no rice. You're just like fried to a crisp, bro. So anyways, that's my thought, you know. At least with caveman voice, you might sound like you're, you know, mentally disabled. I don't mean that in a mean way, but you may sound like you're mentally disabled, but at least I'm afraid of the raw strength that comes with that, you know? So I'd be like, yo, I'm not going near that guy because he's gonna bonk me in the head and drag me away to a cave somewhere, you know? But that's just my opinion. Like, what do I know? Nobody ever asked me for my opinion on any of these things, so. Sex crazed and retard. Okay. Yeah, true. But the unfortunate part is I already know kind of what he looks like, or at least a silhouette of what he looks like, and he looks like a shrimp fried with no rice. He has no fried rice with him. So, mama, ooh, I don't wanna die. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Ooh, sorry. I always have that stuck in my head. And without a doubt, I'm always gonna have it stuck in my head. Okay. He really wants to be black. It's weird. That is another thing. This guy keeps saying the N-word, and it's not his word to say. It's not his word to say. I have to say, I gotta say, guys, okay. I have gone my entire life. I never had pet dogs growing up. I always wanted one. But I hung out with a friend the other day, and he has 2 French bulldogs as pets. This is the first time I met the French bulldogs, and they smelled so bad. I never wanted to go over to this person's place again. Ever. That's how bad they smell. Oh my God. And they are cute. They were so cute. Who decides whose word is whose? I mean, that's a good point, but yeah, the dogs smell pretty bad. That's his fault, not the dogs. It looked like the dogs were clean. I don't know. I don't know anything about dogs. I have parakeets, and parakeets smell like nature. They smell like the fresh grass and powder, you know? Parakeets are very pleasant smelling, actually. Anyways. I had a Siberian husky named Kita. Would play sea shanties on the stereo, and Kita and I would sing along. I miss that handsome pirate. Aw. The French bulldogs I've seen didn't smell. Did he not clean them? I think he did. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Maybe I just am super sensitive to dog smell. But I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'm gonna do this for, okay. Wait a second. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, where did my camera go? This, yeah. I'm gonna do this one day for one of my streams. I'm just gonna show up. This is how to look so tired. Makeup. Wait. Is this the makeup already done? Where's my webcam? Oh, there I am. Okay.
Hey guys, it's VJ. In today's video, I wanted to show you guys how to achieve this look right here, which is a exhaust.
This is it? Bro, I look like this without makeup, without doing anything. I just wanted to get a makeup tutorial on how to look exhausted, more exhausted. This is how I already look without makeup.
YouTube, I feel like there's way too many how to look pretty, how to look glowy, how to this and that, and I have those things on my channel as well. That a really exhausted look. I hope you guys are having a good year for 2018.
I literally put cover up under my eyes to cover up this.
I'm really hoping that I can turn.
This is literally how I look like without makeup. So she's putting what, purple maroon under her eyes
on YouTube, and you know, do a makeup tutorial on something
reading
that's
from South Florida.
Hello. And is relevant, but I actually ended up liking it a lot. So yeah, I'm just gonna.
Is she using Maron or Marin? I don't know how you say it. Is that what it is? It's like the stage makeup.
Drag that color down. What I like about this particular product is the undertone is so perfect for drawing on your face. It just blends right in and looks like a real shadow on your face. And that way it does better than 2017. Alright, so now that we look hella tired, I'm going to take this again and I'm actually going to drag my eyes down. So, I'm going of the eyes, right?
I was just going to show up one day to stream with like makeup that makes me look really tired on purpose. Whomst is the lady in the center of the screen? She's some lady who does makeup tutorials.
Same thing on this side. I always feel in person.
Okay, let's listen to her.
With make everything better, make my life better, make myself better, make my YouTube channel better. So yeah, let's just roll with it. All right, so I'm just gonna start with this product right here, Milani Easy Brow in dark brown. It's one of my favorite products.
Dark brown,
I use it all the time in these types of videos. So I'm just gonna start drawing on my face. I always start with the area a little bit lower than the inner corners, and I kind of just follow the natural lines of the eyes.
I just thought it would be funny if one day I showed up to stream and I looked fucked up, out of my mind, you know? But
I'm running out of.
But the way that she makes herself look, it's literally just how I look without makeup.
Stay updated to all of the.
Like, way to make me feel bad. She didn't do anything sus. I was just saying one day I'm going to show up to stream with the tired makeup look, but I didn't know that this was as bad as it gets, because this is literally how I look all the time. Oh, Midsummer, sick and tired makeup.
Hello, welcome to my channel. Now I'm going to.
Okay. Iran, should we strike a debate panel?
So if you have like a JCPOA on steroids, in the sense of you have the like non-proliferation aspect of it, but then you also have a component of it that is about like economic help and like.
Okay, my hot take is that we should absolutely gotta run Discord drama. What drama? Tell me, fill me in. Is it related? But anyways. Ow, why does my leg hurt? I'm too old. Okay, my hot take is that we should absolutely strike. We should absolutely strike Iran, I feel. I feel like not the people, but we should do some precision strikes, you know? Get the bad people out of there. I don't know. But nation building is another thing that is kind of hard. So don't take my advice because I'm an uneducated fool and I haven't even thought about the next step, which is nation building. And you need somebody special for that, you know? You really need somebody special who's like studied all that shit. And I am not somebody who studied all that shit. And building a nation and then maintaining it, you know, is a lot of work. So, yeah, you know. Anyways. Actually remarkable how similar Sarah Stock and Dean Withers look. They could be siblings. This is like 3 years on HRT, guys. Oh, it's Bryce. Nice to see him back.
De facto for no reason.
Who is this guy? He's
That
very
maybe
distinguished
that might be
looking.
the case, but we live in a post-Trump world, or will soon, hopefully, right? And even worse if we don't. Where I think that Trump has ruined the trust overseas for America for generations.
Look at this fat bear.
It's going to be the if it might have worked prior Trump.
Iran has diaspora organizations unlike Iraq. The only issue with Iran is that they have a couple of pretty bad actors, like MEK. That's a group that apparently has like given lots of money to John Bolton and other Republicans, and under the guise of like they're like, oh, all about liberal democracy, but really when MEK started, they were not pro liberal democracy. They were basically Islamic leftists, you know? They were like so and not in the good way, you know? Apparently the bear is very pregnant, or so the comments claim. Yes. So look at this fat bear.
Check this fat boy out.
It's so cute.
Goes out the wood cross over there. Check this fat boy out.
But apparently the proposed notes are saying like, oh, yeah. It's a whole maternity ward. So cute. I love it. I love fat bears. Oh, look at this. These goats are called Nachi goats, which literally means dancing goats. They walk as if they were dancing and are found in Pakistan. Look at these. I love them. Oh my god, I love them so much. Guess who's back? Guess who's back? I love that. Oh my god, that's so worth a retweet. I don't know why they're dancing. I love goats. They're so cute. I'm sorry, we're watching it a third time. Guess who's back? 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 Okay. All right, I'm done. Yeah, the bear can. You were right. Bear can barely walk. Like, let me mute that guy. Poor bear. Oh my god. And the bear mom does this all by herself too. Like the bear dads don't really stick around, do they? I imagine that they don't. They say men are so tough and all that, but like, bro. I look at Women literally create life, okay? It's literally divine, okay? It's just divine. Okay, The Bulwark has an article on this. The online right has been shaken this week by a recording that suggests far-right podcaster Elijah Schaffer, one of the biggest proponents of traditional or trad family values, may have had an affair. Now remember, Elijah Schaffer this is not new. Elijah Schaffer's very bad fucking behavior. This woman, Savannah, I forgot her last name, but she's also a right-wing commenter. She said that she was sexually harassed by Elijah Schaffer. Sydney, I forgot her last name. She used to co-host something with The Quartering, actually. She is currently in an ongoing lawsuit with Elijah Schaffer, I think, suing him for sexual harassment and sexual abuse. And basically, I've heard so many stories from behind the scenes that Elijah Schaffer is Sydney Watson. Yes, that's who it is. Yes, thank you, Sydney Watson. And and the Quartering is like primo woman denier and didn't deny anything when the stuff came out with Sydney Watson suing Elijah Schaffer. Quartering did not deny a single thing, so shocking. Traditional family man is a cheater and or gay. Super doesn't happen every day. Okay, but Elijah Schaffer is actually a demon. I mean, he got fucking I think he got kicked out of like uncensored TV or whatever for his for how bad his behavior was. And it's like Lauren Southern said, she's right that all of those people, it's a grift. It's like it's a performance. A few years ago, I joined a call and it had a bunch of right-wing influencers in it. And they were talking about how TPUSA conventions are just literally like filled with drugs. Like, obviously they do their normal TPUSA stuff, but then like they hook up with people. They all hook up with each other. Some of the men are hooking up with like dangerously young women, or some of them being underage. All of them are doing coke, And keep in mind, these are the same people that fucking eviscerated Hunter Biden for having a coke problem. So, it's just my opinion. Anyways, so yeah, I'm not super surprised at this. I've heard for years that Elijah Schaffer is a horrible person. I mean, why don't we just go through some of the... I pulled up some of the other stuff before we read the Bulwark. No, we should read the Bulwark article, actually. It's probably well written. The online right has been shaken this week by a recording that suggests far-right podcaster Elijah Schaffer, this guy also really hates people of color, one of the biggest proponents of traditional or trad family values. By the way, since when is being racist a trad family value? May have had an affair. Even more scandalous, that the affair was with his employee Sarah Stock, an e-girl and influencer, so ostensibly traditional that her marriage was blessed by the Pope himself. Incredible. Incredible. Just checking my stream here. One MAGA figure has dubbed it the Tradho scandal. Others have said it's proof you can never trust an e-girl. How about the fact that we can't ever trust an e-man, okay? Fucking, are you serious right now? Oh, never trust an e-girl? How about the fact that this guy has multiple women who've come out and said that he has sexually harassed them? And it's so fucking weird. Like, he's not a bad-looking guy. In fact, he's quite good-looking. You have to be somewhat good-looking to, he hates people of color. Can we get a fact check on that? I mean, you can go fact check it yourself. Male e-thoughts exist. He is, and he's had multiple women accuse him of sexual harassment. So, I mean, how about never trust an e-boy either, okay? Others have said it's proof you can never trust an e-girl. Yeah. What's his name? Fishback, the guy who's running for Congress and, not Congress, for governor in Florida. That guy is fucking weird. Many more are starting to suspect that their trad heroes may not be so trad after all. To understand how we got here, let's go back a bit. For much of the past decade, Schaefer has been a regular presence on the far-right conservative media scene, as a podcaster, commentator, and in his latest incarnation, a CEO of the outlet Rift TV. He had to do that with Rift TV because he got fucking kicked off of everything else, but okay. You think he looks good? Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. He is a good-looking guy, which is surprising that for a good-looking guy that he is going around sexually harassing women. The fact that they don't want to have anything to do with that, you know? Schaefer and various sidekicks would often discuss trad values, of which he, married in 2020 and now the father of 2 young children, was not just an outspoken supporter, but presumably an exemplar. Hi, Jekyll's TV, how's it going? A few months ago, Schaefer took a mysterious month-long absence from his live stream show on Rumble, the right-wing video platform. And when he returned last week on January 26th, he looked rough. I'm human. Oh, Indian and Pakistani takeover. Tell me he doesn't dislike he doesn't dislike people of color. Okay, all right. A bunch of brown people depicted covered in shit. Okay, great. Anyways. He looked rough, apparently. I guess he does look a little bit... I mean, yeah, he looks a little bit rough in this, but generally he's a good-looking guy. Anyways. Schaefer admitted his face was unusually red. He blamed the lights in his new studio and said he had developed a permanent black eye from crushing mental stress that, as he put it, would cause lesser men to commit suicide. Schaefer certainly had plenty to be stressed about. FBI Director Kash Patel's girlfriend is suing him for suggesting she's a Mossad agent. He claimed that people were trying to kill him. I'm human, but e-girls aren't. Yeah. But unbeknownst to his listeners, something else was weighing on Schaefer. Despite being one of the digital right's most vocal boosters of traditional families, he had filed for divorce from his wife 4 days earlier. Ditching his usual material aimed at whipping up hate towards Indian immigrants and Muslims, Schaefer instead used his return show to launch into a baffling rant straight out of family court. He vowed that he wouldn't give up his sons without a few shots fired. He told his viewers that he wasn't necessarily speaking metaphorically. I'm not going to go down without, a few shots fired, Schaefer said. Figuratively, of course, we're saying, but physically too, if needed. Wow. Then Schaefer appeared to address his estranged wife. Yeah, I can't believe this motherfucker, user UK5CU4VW70. Oh, can we get a fact check on whether he hates people of color? Okay, yeah, you spend all your time hating, and, like, being a racist. Like, yeah, I'm gonna say that you probably hate some people of color, yeah. Okay. You probably don't have to ask me whether I'm sure about it, okay? I'm somebody who generally makes these kinds of, like, assessments very carefully, all right? If you want to be wrong, but damn. And then says, oh, so we're just cooked in the brain department. All right, have some respect for yourself. How about you have some respect for yourself, okay? Have some respect for yourself. Mama bear, fuck you, Schaefer said. What about dad? What about dad? Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with my kids. Don't fuck with my income. Don't fuck with my ability to take care of my kids. I will fuck you up. That's a great way for her to get custody and a restraining order. Yeah. The monologue grew stranger. Schaefer urged his fans to learn from him and overcome their addictions, their thoughts of suicide, their impulse to commit criminal behavior, and their sexual proclivities. Still, he couldn't help but lament how far his star had fallen. I'd really like to regrow and get back to where I was a couple of years ago, he said. So where this all came from, this monologue, basically, Elijah Schaffer, let me find it for you guys. This opening monologue that he went into. First off, what happened is that he tweeted out, man, he is so mad about that statue. Just a second. Well, let me pull it up here. Elijah Schaffer basically tweeted out a few days ago, maybe a week ago, that that somebody had planted drugs on him, that the police had his wife and his kids were missing, and that the police had his car or whatever. Didn't he get fired for sexual misconduct a couple of years ago? Yeah, he got sued by Sydney Watson. He was outed by multiple women in the right-wing space. A lot of them didn't want to be too outward about it. Because it's controversial to say that you were sexually assaulted in that space or sexually harassed in that space, but so I remember being in that call and listening to multiple women talk about what a piece of shit he is. I'm just trying to find the original tweet here. Yeah, calling out men who harass you is woke. Yeah. I remember everybody turned on Sydney Watson as soon as she started suing as well. Except the quartering. I don't know. Okay, here it is. I found it. So what happened is February 3rd, I saw this post. These are his deleted posts. February 3rd was... What date? Yeah, February 3rd was... Oh, fuck, I need my calendar. Here it is. February 3rd was last week, Tuesday. So, Elijah Schaffer tweeted this out. I do not know where my wife and kids are, and I cannot get a hold of them. They are filed as missing persons. They have gone missing. Law enforcement confirmed someone in my household set me up. They planted drugs and said I was a criminal. This will be a public trial by the FBI. I am a victim of serious targeted felony crimes. I am not suicidal. They have kidnapped my family. They have stolen my money. I will bring justice. I need the public to know. I am in Virginia. The government is aware. I believe the FBI is trying to destroy my life and kill me. My car was recovered by U.S. Customs. I am the victim of a serious set of felonies, including gun theft. Someone from my inner circle is involved. This is an international probe. I don't know who I pissed off. I have evidence and will prosecute. I can't say anything else. Spoilers, it won't be public by the FBI. Abby Libby tweeted this out. I have a horrible suspicion that Elijah Schaffer killed his family with the gun he claims is stolen. I feel sick. Tell me I'm reading this wrong. I think this is a fair assessment to have, given that everybody knows Elijah Schaffer filed for divorce from his wife a while ago. And the amount of murder-suicides that happen in the United States when it comes to, abusive men. But anyways. Bullshit, you said your family's missing, now it's all about the car. I'm glad you got the car back, but you've been on a coke bender and Mrs. took the kids. Coke is for homos, bro. Most pointless drug I ever did. Absolute weak piss. Shut the fuck up, you projecting narcissistic asshole. Sorry you did coke and fucked your life. I don't do drugs. I'm a dad, and I'm very concerned, but have been advised by attorneys to not make any more statements due to the criminal actions against me and sensitive nature. I told you all these people are on coke, and they were going so hard at Hunter Biden for it. At least Hunter Biden cleaned his life up, you know? Sounds like legal mindset. Has he tried going east yet? Oh, Jesus, the whole I'm not suicidal bullshit. Yeah. Sarah Gonzalez. Dude is a total narcissistic psychopath. Trust me. I remember Sarah Gonzalez saying stuff about him too. Oh, I remember that space. All the fucking right-wing influencers are coming out now. He's a very bad man. I've heard firsthand stories from people who knew him well. I wouldn't be surprised at all if his wife understood that he's a psycho and disappeared with the kids to seek safety from him. He's going to pretend that everything that's happening to him is a setup by the Jews or other groups to keep him silent. But that's just an easy excuse he knows his moronic audience will uncritically believe. Looking forward to this guy being put behind bars. I'm sure he's guilty of a lot. That being said, I wish for nothing but a fair trial. This is a wild jump from some sad posting. Sarah Higdon. Oh my, and this doesn't make it look better. My wife divorced me and took my kids, and I have no idea where they are. I'm sober. I'm sad. I have good support. Thank you for everyone supporting me during this rough season. I'll get through it. Somebody replied, Palm Beach County court records say you filed for divorce. Oh well, at least you still have your car, right? Yikes. Yikes. No, he didn't kill his family. But I understand why she jumped to that conclusion with a guy as insane as this guy is. They're always the ones you least expect. What? Where have you been? This is the person that they've all been talking about for years. Or is he lying about all of it, which would be preferable? Hey, I didn't say that I assumed that he killed his wife and kids. I'm just saying that I understand where she's coming from with this. But no. Wife obviously took the kids while he was on a coke bender. And I don't know what happened to his gun, but either she took it or he took it and misplaced it. And yeah. Anyways, so that's where the origin is. God, he is obsessed with Indians right now. That is wild. Hi, Raging Tomato. How's it going?
Congressman named Sri Thanebuchagucha, also known as
Sri Thanadar? Bro, I guarantee the H-1B visas are not hanging out under the bridge, okay? They're way too rich for that. Okay.
They are a rogue agency. They are terrorizing our citizens.
I like Sri Thanadar. He might be a bit out there sometimes with the stuff that he says, but he knows his base and he appeals to them, right? So
I will not fund them. No funding.
immigrant fraud. I have to see this. Great replacement. Oh boy. I didn't know how deep he was in the fucking conspiracy hole. What a wonderful man, really. Okay. By the way, that statue has been there for years. And now look, new plan to deport thousands of migrants from under bridge. I guarantee that the thousands of migrants under the bridge are not Indian migrants. They're not the H-1Bs that he's about to draw. He's about to draw a direct line with all of these people to the H-1Bs who came over legally, but okay. See? What did I say? H-1B visas and people under the bridge. I guarantee they're not the same, but okay, buddy. You know, you can have criticisms of the H-1B program, and not say untrue shit or imply untrue shit, you know? Like I'm sure there are some decent criticisms that somebody could have. But you know, personally, like I've seen a lot of the H-1B people come in, a lot of them are like, you know, upper caste people. I've noticed. So, a lot of them are very right-wing actually. But the B of H-1B stands for bridge naturally. Yeah. Ah, yes, the doctors, chemists, and other specialty. Well, I guess when I say right wing, I mean the tech workers. A lot of them seem to be right wing. Doctors and science people, not so much. They tend to be liberals. Other specialty workers are living under the bridges. Yeah. What's the percentage of Indian immigrants in Texas, by the way? Does anybody know? Like, what's the percentage of Indian immigrants in Texas? Okay, so about like somewhere between 400,000 and 600,000 Indian Americans live in Texas. Texas holds 10 to 12% of the total Indian immigrant population of the United States. Okay. Community is highly educated with a high median household income, similar to national trends for Indian Americans. Yeah, and again, like about 1% of the United States population is Indian, and they contribute like up to 7% in tax income. So anyways, sorry. We're here to listen to him go on his little spiel about his wife and kids, right? So
Second time's a charm. My name is Elijah Schaefer. Welcome back to the Ref Live. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays around
he does
this
look rough.
time. Who you just saw right there was one of our congressmen named Sri Thenabuchagucha, also known as doesn't clean his gucha or his pucha, because our country has been taken over by Indians and Pakistanis.
Bro, we literally use bidets. What is he talking about here? Like, hello?
And our United States government has now decided to cede the country to liberals because, well, too many of them are literally getting killed while trying to impede law enforcement, which is why I shared a common sentiment that went pretty viral, which is true. God, I fucking hate liberals so much.
Men of no moral character speak the loudest on moral issues, unfortunately. Yeah, just can't get anything right, bro. Why are you drawing the line between H-1Bs and people living under the bridge? Do you think the people under the bridge are liberals? I don't think that they're any political ideology. I think that they're people under the bridge, bro.
Am I wrong on that? And that's the sentiment right now. My name's Elijah Schaefer, like I said, and this is a show that has been on hold. It has been pending, primarily because I'm being sued for $5 million by the FBI director's girlfriend. And if you...
Well, you kept implying that his girlfriend worked for Mossad, and you kept upsetting her. So yeah, I mean, what did you expect?
Didn't catch the earlier stream, that is a national lawsuit. It has costed tens of thousands of dollars already and could get into the six-figure range. And we haven't even gone to trial. Trial is set for September. We've submitted our motions, waiting to hear back, all because I retweeted a photo without a caption. This is not a joke. If you're new to this, that was publicly available. I don't know where it was from. I guess originally from her Instagram account. And I implied nothing. Her name was not mentioned. I've never said anything about her being anything other than just a girlfriend of a significant figure in our country. But she's a sensational music star. And that actually...
The halftime show really puts us in contrast. I fucking hate liberals versus the not losers on X. Love is stronger than hate. I mean, we all used to rip on the live, love, laugh, or live, laugh, love, you know, wine moms, but like they really kept the shit together, you know? I always respected them. But we need to get our live, laugh, love signs back out, guys. We really need to get them back out. Okay? Where did the wine moms go? Where did they go? I want them back. You know, nobody, they'll do their shit too. Live, laugh, love. Yeah. That's what we need. I'm going to get a shirt that says live, laugh, love, okay? That's the motto of my stream today, okay? I think their children turn into teenagers. Give them a few years. Oh, their yeah, that's true. They're probably having a rough time right now. More live, laugh, love. Less die, cry. Yeah, it's true. They got Me Too'd by the right for not hating Browns. That's also true. Remember when a live, laugh, love mom got, like, executed by ICE? And everybody was like, oh, she was a liberal. She fucking deserved it. Wine mom, no live, laugh, love needed. Instead, I prefer leave. Okay, fair enough.
Led to my doxing of my house, my business. And
bro, you're a fucking public figure. What did you expect? Like, you have millions of people following you, okay? Literally, libs of TikTok doxes random citizens every day and nobody cries about it.
my family was unsafe. And from that, I have been sabotaged on every front. Not only did my car get stolen while my insurance was gapped, which then
oh, shit. Okay. So he's talking about it now. He's talking about what we just went over, right? We went over the tweets where he's saying all the shit about the FBI's coming to get him, whatever, that his car got stolen. Look at what he admits here. Look at what he admits immediately with the insurance, the car insurance. What happened? Excuse me?
led to my doxing of my house, my business. And my family was unsafe. And from that, I have been sabotaged on every front. Not only did my car get stolen while my insurance was gapped, which then bankrupted me.
Your car got stolen while your insurance was lapsed. Is it possible that your car got fucking towed or something?
Pretty much. So then I lost like 6 figures right there. And then I had to move my
How do you lose 6 figures from your car getting stolen?
business.
How do you get bankrupted from your car getting stolen? Yeah, it sounds like you're not living within your means, buddy.
And my home.
And they were coming at liberals for having our avocado toast. Hello? Avocado toast versus you letting your fucking insurance, car insurance lapse or whatever? What?
Because of criminal doxing from the lawsuit, which then led to creepy people being around my house. And then I have legal fees, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Not only that, but I lost my primary position as a journalist in another company because of my views on Israel, literally from somebody from J.D. Vance's office that pressured the people to basically revoke their security pass at the White House.
It couldn't possibly be because you're like a serial sexual harasser, right?
If they didn't fire me. So it's been a very interesting time, to say the least. They've come after everything, and I don't feel like I'm that big of a target. But apparently I'm over the target. And today we're going to be talking and breaking down.
He sounds a little whiny. Maybe he's a wine mom too. No, if he were anything, he's a coke dad, okay? He is a coke dad, and that's why his kids and his wife are no longer living with him. Did he spend all his money on a car? He probably spent a decent chunk of it, and then he probably spent the rest of it on coke.
What has happened to this country during this next few weeks, few months on the show as we're coming back here? We're going to essentially...
I mean, the audacity for the amount of shit people gave Hunter Biden for having a coke addiction while they all are nursing their own coke addictions. Come on.
Be, hitting 4 main segments in the coming weeks. We're always going to start with immigration and replacement. Then we're going to talk about local politics, American politics, what's going on with culture. A third segment to be international, what's happening Greenland, etc. And then fourth is going to, of course, be crime, law and order, and random stuff, because everybody loves seeing accountability for the scholars, the engineers, the just wonderful contributors that have built our society. They're so integral to our society that we literally have to have police forces on full-time watch in order to ensure they literally make our society, because we have police, we have to have courts, we have to have jails.
To
we
be
have
fair,
to
it was
have
crack. Okay. Crack and coke are basically the same thing. They're just consumed different ways.
Right, and
But
firearms. There's a lot of things, a lot of industry involved with these, people. So let's talk about this a little bit, about what's going on, and a little bit about what's happening. If you want to know where I've been, like I said, I got doxxed. It's been really bad. I've been forming a coalition out here. I opened up an office, and that's where we are headed. Now, obviously, people are
coalition.
mad
Okay.
at ICE. We see everywhere people like this guy who, they don't look like us, they don't talk like us, they don't think like us, they don't.
Bro, you're gonna tell me that this guy doesn't look and think and talk like you? This is the most Americanized brown guy I've ever seen, okay? He is the example of what it means to be Americanized. Like, this is the example of the melting pot. He literally has the same... he's got the preppy boy, like, fucking button-down shirt. His hair is, like, slicked like a, 1960s hairstyle. And he speaks with, like every white guy you've ever known. Hello? He doesn't talk like you? He's wearing plaid. Hello? Hello? Let's hear him
like
talk.
us, but somehow they want to tell us that our immigration enforcement is a crime. It's wrong.
Yeah, if you're fucking shooting American citizens and killing them. I mean, look, I'm not about to say that every interaction is the safest for either ICE officers or the fucking citizens, but the very fact that they're sent, well, this is what a fucking screenshot. Somebody screenshot his face here, please. If you never mind, I'm screenshotting it. I'm sorry, I have to screenshot that. We've gotten distracted. It has to happen. Just a second. Edit. I need to crop this. There we go. Me when I'm about to what? Me when I'm about to what's it called? Gobble some glizzies. Me when I'm about to gobble some glizzy gobbler. How does it go? It's a longer thing though. It's a longer thing. Glizzy gobbler. The face I wish she would do for me. Me when I'm about to gobble some glizzies. Just a second. Y'all, I'm like 30. I can't help. I'm older than you, okay? Me when I'm about to gobble some glizzies. But there's one that's really... Glizzy gobbler. The throat goat. Me when I'm about to gobble some glizzies. Because I'm the glizzy gobbler throat goat. His skin is darker than yours in this pic. Fuck. You're right. It's the new lighting I got. His skin is darker than mine. Hi, Lacelyp. Do you know what this is? Goblin glizzies with no bed and no condiments. Me when I'm about to gobble some glizzies because I'm the glizzy gobbler throat goat. Throat goat semen demon. I'm not saying he's a semen demon. I'm just gonna say he's the throat goat. Okay, I'm just gonna tweet it as is. Back to this.
Wrong if you are white and you want a country that looks like you. You are wrong if you are European and you want your values to stay. Did you see what happened to Rhodesia and Zimbabwe? Do you see how fast South Africa in 25 years went from a first world country to a third world shithole? Because why? Because the white people gave up power. And that's what happens. But now people are saying, look, white people, this country never was yours. It doesn't belong to you. And if you want to enforce your immigration, this is our last shot, guys. This is our last chance at saving our society. We have one Hail Mary, but apparently we're giving up.
ICE just shot and killed another person this morning. Alex Preddy was an ICU nurse who was filming ICE agents, and then a bunch of them pepper sprayed him in the face. They jumped on him, and then they shot him 6 times. And so this is just getting completely out of control. If you live in San Francisco, there's an emergency protest happening at 4 o'clock at the Harry Bridges Plaza. I'm going to be out there.
Oh, I'm sorry. This guy doesn't speak like us? This guy doesn't speak like us? He doesn't look like us? He doesn't speak like us? Hello? What's going on here?
On the off chance that you are a senator with the Democratic Party right now, please do not vote for this DHS funding bill that's going to come in front of you. You cannot give any more money to this agency that is just murdering people.
He doesn't even have a foreign accent. No, he doesn't. He literally sounds just like Elijah Schaffer, actually. What? Elijah Schaffer. He's like, this guy doesn't look like us. He doesn't speak like us. He doesn't sound like us. Bro, he looks literally like you. You guys are not that far away on skin tone. Hello? I would bet he's born in the US. Yes, he was. He speaks like Elijah Schaffer, except maybe a little bit smarter. Okay, this guy's just scared of some melanin? Yeah. You guys are the same fucking skin tone. You just have different undertones. What the fuck, bro? I cannot believe that I'm dealing with this these types of morons every day. They say something stupider. I think that, okay, we're past it. We're past the bad stuff now. They can't get any stupider. They can't say anything stupider. Nope, they always do. They always go a little bit lower. He doesn't speak like us. Bro, he speaks just like you.
On the streets.
It's just murdering people on the streets. This is there's an Indian right here. I think his name is Vijay Kumar, 51 Indian immigrant who, from last time I checked, is from India. He shot and killed his wife and her 3 friends.
That's literally the story of America. If you look at the crime statistics for the Indian population, it's probably the lowest of every demographic, including white people. Like, I'm like 99% sure that the Indian demographic commits the least amount of crime in America of all the demographics. It's just about the melanin. It's just about the melanin.
They were all Indians, so the official crime report was 0 lives wasted. Not sure what that means. Sounds like
that
0
sounds
lives
like a fucking lie, Elijah.
Lost that day. But it's the second deadliest mass shooting of 2026, and apparently we need to listen to these guys.
Oh, when was this? February, what, 3rd, 4th? Second deadliest mass shooting of 2026? Okay, we care about this one guy who did a murder-suicide in his house, not about the endless amounts of school shootings that we have. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for that one. Let's see. Indian, American. Pretty sure I've seen the crime rate and it's been... No, it keeps showing me Native Americans. Indian Americans have a crime rate lower than that of white Canadians. Oh, no, not Indian Americans. Indians have a crime rate lower than white Canadians while having a higher income per household. If you have a, Mr. User, if you think that you have a better argument that I'm not understanding, please present it to me. I am happy to, take a look at it and think of my own, response to it. Okay? So. Let's see here. Indian Americans. Found the Wikipedia. Demographics. Indian Americans aged 25 and older, 72% had obtained a bachelor's degree and 40% had obtained a postgraduate degree. The Wikipedia doesn't have crime stats on it, but I can see.
Because we need you to tell us about your country, sir. Please let me tell you. And we're going to
Okay, but the guy had an American accent. He was born and raised in America. He's literally American.
talk about it, because my opinion is what happens here in Texas, what happens in America's heartland spreads to the rest of the country. And guys, I want to break down how bad things are in Texas right now, how absolutely horrible it is. And you're never actually going to believe how bad it's become. Before we talk about that, guys, don't forget to shout out real fast to Blackout Coffee. Now, obviously, you guys know Blackout Coffee has been sponsoring this show. They've been an amazing sponsor because their coffee is delicious. It is low acidity. It actually tastes really good in the morning. And one of the most important parts, when you use the promo code RIFT, you actually get 20%.
An accent he doesn't use to mock him is literal racism. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings, LOL. Yeah, I would agree with that too. I would agree with that too. The government only tracks white, non-Hispanic, indigenous, Hispanic, African, and Asian. So it would be under the Asian stat. We fall under the Asian stat, essentially. Asian Americans in the United States have on average the lowest arrest and incarceration rates among all racial/ethnic groups, making up roughly 7% of the population, but only 1.3% to 1.5% of total arrests. They're consistently underrepresented in violent crimes, murder, and theft, often considered the most law-abiding group. I don't know why I was shocked he used an Indian accent after playing the video with him having the most basic-ass American accent ever. Yeah. Okay, Jared Taylor. But can you articulate the argument that you seem to think that I'm missing here? Because that's what would be useful to me in this moment. If he did have that accent, I'd let it go. The fact that it's a genuine attempt at impersonation like everyone does with Trump and everyone else in history, but that's crazy. Yeah, no, the fact that he's using an Indian accent for a guy who spoke like the most basic American accent ever, you know? So...
off. Make sure you check it out. They have the coffee pods right here. I'm more of an original guy. I just like to put it in my coffee, my Breville. I'm kind of snooty like that, you know. You'd think I vote Democrat based on the coffee that I drink, but I'd rather make coffee myself than have transgenders make it for me. People always say that coffee tastes better when transgenders make it. I always say, just make it yourself. And then when people call you gay or make fun of you, just say, well, I make good coffee. So it's part of the act. I prefer the light roast, kind of personally. That's kind of just where I'm at with more caffeine. Check it out, blackoutcoffee.com, BLACKCOFF.
Yeah, this is the
.com/RA.
income by race and ethnicity 2023. Median household income, Asian Indian is actually at the top of this. The only one that comes close is Taiwanese. Per capita income, it's second highest for Asian Indian. Where are the Jews? I think it's harder to look at Jewish people as a demographic when you're measuring by race and ethnicity. So I don't see them among this, but I would imagine they're pretty high up there. You boil their views down to being racist or scared of melanin or saying race equals clothes and mannerisms. Well, I'm not boiling it down to that. But they're talking about like people of a different culture invading. The guy is literally using an accent that the person he's making fun of didn't have. I don't know how you explain that other than it being a bit racist. It's like the guy spoke with the most white American accent ever. The guy was born and raised in America and dresses like an American and culturally is American. And he's saying that this guy doesn't speak or look like him or talk like him when he does. They believe it's much deeper than that. I know that there are some people who believe that ethnicity and race is much deeper than that, but Elijah Schaffer certainly is not smart enough to be articulating that himself. So, but if you're saying it's a different worldview that has no critique, why don't you explain the worldview to me that you think I'm missing? Because you're basically doing everything but explaining to me what the worldview is. You're saying what it's not. You're not telling me what it is. So explain to me what it is. Can you move the chart a bit? There.
FT, blackoutcoffee.com/rift.
Okay. Anyways, back to the bulwark thing. The monologue grew stranger. Schaffer urged his fans to learn from him and overcome their addictions. I'd like to regrow and like get back to where I was a couple of years ago. Why wouldn't he? You know, ancient societies didn't have all this racial nonsense. Yeah, for as many people who idolize the Roman Empire, they don't seem to remember that it was a pretty multiracial empire. Okay, I believe in you, user. You K5CU4VW70. You're telling me that everything that this ideology is not, that what is, okay. You're not explaining to me what exactly Elijah Schaefer is saying that I'm missing. You're not pointing out to, like, if you're talking about somebody else's views on this, that's great. I've met people and I've talked to people who have other views on this, but you're not explaining to me what I'm missing specifically from Elijah Schaefer's view. You've taken multiple messages to tell me what it isn't, what the worldview isn't. If you have the ability to do that, then you clearly, I mean, you seem like an intelligent enough person. You should be able to explain to me what it is in a couple of messages. It shouldn't be that hard. I'll read your messages together, even if they get split up, you know, through by other people's messages. Just like explain to me what it is, not what it isn't. And explain to me what I'm missing from Elijah Schaefer's interpretation so far from the video that we've watched. Anyways, Schaefer was once a rising star on the right, not as a commentator on trad issues, but as an ad-libbing political loudmouth. His coverage of the 2020 riots in the wake of George Floyd's murder propelled him into a job hosting a popular show for mentor Glenn Beck's network, The Blaze. Schaefer's boozy, racist frat boy persona was a hit, and it seemed that not even asserting that Mormons like his boss, Beck, would burn in hell could stop him. He literally was in Nancy Pelosi's office on January 6th and saw his stature grow because of it. But in 2022, Schaefer was fired from The Blaze after allegedly groping a coworker. He also provoked another harassment lawsuit against the outlet from his female co-host. But he is the one, user, you're saying he does not see this man on the right as American, and no amount of pointing to accents or clothes or culture will change his view. But he is using those things as reasons why he's not an American. He literally pointed to the guy on the right as dressing differently, speaking differently, looking differently, when all of those things are empirically false. So, what about Elijah Schaefer's argument did I miss? Because it doesn't sound like I missed anything. Those are the reasonings that he used. Those are the reasonings that Elijah Schaefer himself used. If there's another argument there, then that's on Elijah Schaefer to articulate that. But he didn't do that. He's literally pointing, and then he went on to use an accent that the guy didn't have. So you're not demonstrating to me what I've missed about Elijah Schaefer's view. I don't think I missed anything. Elijah Schaefer, if he has a deeper view than that, he clearly hasn't articulated it at all. He hasn't articulated it well or really at all. Okay, back to this. This was when he took his trad turn. Schaefer emerged from that initial disgrace by becoming a vocal family man. Of course he did, touting his wife and children frequently on social media and shaming other influencers who didn't have strong marriages in households. It worked for a time, but it apparently wasn't enough to stave off financial trouble for the Rift TV, an online channel Schaefer launched last May. The platform has seen its public staff list dwindle in the last few months. This job has destroyed me, and I'm not even very popular, Schaefer said during a January 28th show. Worse was to come. On Monday, Schaefer posted a bizarre video that showed him wandering around empty hotel conference rooms as they were flooded with water. No one believes me that my life doesn't make any sense right now, Schaefer said, seemingly in a daze, as water gushed from the ceiling and soaked his clothes. You missed the foundation of that. Of course, he isn't going to reiterate it for his audience because they all share it. But he didn't make any argument that was coherent there. All he pointed to was that this guy doesn't speak like him, doesn't look like him. what was the other thing he said? Doesn't talk like him. All of those were false. Then he went on to do an accent that the guy didn't have. You're telling me that it's deeper, that he's not going to reiterate the foundation, but there has to be more to it than him. If he has a foundation that's deeper than that, then he should be able to articulate that in a way where he's not using these very shallow, because as I know, they're very shallow arguments against this guy. He's using very shallow argumentation. So, I mean, that's a failure on him as a host then, if he can't articulate that. I think if Elijah Schaffer is smarter than that, he certainly doesn't give a fuck about sounding smarter or articulating his points at all. But he does need to articulate better, because you're the one who's coming in saying I'm missing something from what Elijah Schaffer has said, but clearly I haven't, so you're wrong, right? Like, you can admit that you're wrong. Elijah Schaffer in that clip that we just watched did not articulate anything deeper and did not articulate any deep arguments there. He used the most shallow, low IQ arguments possible. And you and I both know this. So if Elijah Schaffer wants to not look like a racist, he very much has the ability to look like a not racist, but he is a racist, right? So, and a mark of how twisted the online right has become, far-right YouTuber Jean-Francois Gariepi, whose own wife disappeared under mysterious circumstances in 2023 and was never found, wondered openly whether Schaffer was smart enough to murder his spouse without being being discovered. Poor Elijah, Gariepi asked, does he have the brains to get away with it? Why would Gariepi say that? Not unfortunately. Why do I keep putting words here? Fortunately, Schaffer's family members appear to be safe, but the scandal engulfing him only grew wider. Right-wing provocateur Milo Yiannopoulos posted recordings and transcripts on social media on Tuesday that he said raised questions about Schaffer's hypocrisy and mental instability. In one recording, a man that sounds very much like Schaffer supposedly talks about having a drinking problem. Schaffer is on a cocktail of both illegal and prescription drugs, including peptides and accelerants. He has been blacking out from excessive alcohol consumption in combination with these chemicals multiple days per week for years, as he confesses in this third recording. Well, we want to hear the initial recordings. Oh boy. Okay. I'm in touch with Elijah. I told him to get off the internet for a couple of weeks ago, and sorry. My brain. Sorry. I'm in touch with Elijah. I told him to get off the internet for a couple of weeks and go to rehab. It's better for everyone to just rip the Band-Aid off, so I'll share with you over the next few hours the info doing the rounds in private, or at least what I've been able to confirm. I've seen a dossier someone put together. Everything is coming out. My advice is to check yourself into a facility sooner rather than later. There may be a life for you after this, but it's going to depend on being totally honest about all the details, and it's going to require sympathy. As far as I can see, drug addiction is the only card you have left to play. If I were you, I would go out of my way to be generous and decent with the wife and kids. This cross-filing in other states for divorce is insultingly childish and stupid. Observers will be asking, haven't you put the poor bitch through enough? The investors don't matter. If they met you and still wrote you a check, that's on them. I'm sure it will be a while before you're ready to start putting your life back together, but when you are, I will help you. I've been trying to signal to you for the past year or so to cut the bullshit and talk to me. I was hoping everybody could avoid this. You may wish to be offline for the next week or two. Elijah says, what do you mean? Cease and desisting people right now. But I got my car back, so that's good. Milo replies, "Are you stupid?" Elijah says, "What do you mean? Wait, just seeing the top of this. Hey man, I'm going through some tough things. Can you help me here? What dossier? Shot you a call." Milo says, "Your tweets have been so erratic and insane that people are asking if you killed your family. There's a dossier being circulated that reveals all the details about Rift's collapse, your drinking/substance abuse, the affair with Sarah Stock, treatment of your wife, sexual habits and perversions, alleged prostitution. Your wife is filing for divorce and then you filing back in a different state so you can make out that you dumped her. It is safe to assume that everything about your life is about to hit the internet." It is funny that Milo is calling out the drug use, though. I mean, I don't know what to say. "Start again at the beginning of my text. Now that you know this, you won't take it, but my very strong advice is that you get off the internet for 2 weeks and check into rehab. And be very, very fucking nice to your wife. Whether or not you have a professional future at all depends on it. Nobody believes this horseshit you're posting about your car either. You got away with being a maniac for a while, but the bill is now due. You are a very poor liar. It is not your forte. You should find another profession, one in which you only need the truth." Ooh, that's actually... Milo's spitting there. Milo is spitting. If your husband doesn't know... Ooh, this is his message to Sarah. Okay. Let's start with Sarah Stock. Message to Sarah. If your husband doesn't know, now is the time. I understand that you won't see this. I understand that you won't see it like this for a long time, but as you can see from the above, it is better for everyone that things come out in one burst today instead of metastasizing over weeks. Don't let him find out from someone else. In February 2025, Sarah Stock and Elijah Schaefer began sleeping together. The affair ended on the day she got engaged about 6 months later. In that time, they experienced multiple pregnancy scares. It is alleged by one former acquaintance that Sarah got at least one abortion. Milo's messy as fuck. Milo's the guy with all the receipts. I'm pretty sure this guy has multiple hard drives on multiple people in the right. So Stock and Schaefer had sex on the day they met at the CPAC conference. In recordings of Stock confessing the affair, she claimed large amounts of alcohol were involved. They told each other they loved one another. Elijah told her he was thinking of leaving his wife for her. Stock's husband has met Schaefer many times, but did not know about their sexual relationship when he proposed. In this recording, Stock can be heard admitting to the affair, adding that she does not plan to tell her husband about it. Oh, fuck, dude.
Take any accountability at all because like it obviously was my fault too. It happened between us, but even that was like not like, I don't know. I felt like it was like he got me like very intoxicated. Like I don't even like.
Okay, one person I'll just let you know said that it sounds like he basically date raped her, but let's listen from the beginning because the volume was really low before.
Not take any accountability at all because like it obviously was my fault too. It happened between us, but even that was like not like, I don't know. I felt like it was like he got me like very intoxicated. Like I don't even like remember most of it. And I was even like thinking back because it was like at CPAC the 2 nights.
Of course it was at CPAC. Another one where everybody hooks up with everybody, apparently.
You're there, and the second night I was like breaking out in like a rash, and so he's like, oh, like get some Benadryl, it'll help with the rash. And like now I'm thinking back and it's like that's probably why I like blacked out, because he like intentionally gave me Benadryl and like fed me a bunch of shots and stuff. And like obviously it's like stupid on my part to like go along with that, you know? But at the same time it's like he obviously like knew what he was doing.
So he had
So basically, she thinks that he date raped her. So
that in his mind. Benadryl, what? Like, does that just make it increases like the toxicity or something? Like, gets you really screwed up?
Like mixing like a drug like that with alcohol.
When was what was this? CPAC?
That was when I very first met him in February.
man, she does not sound intelligent at all, and she's going at other people. She, her mastery of the English language leaves a lot to be desired.
Where was CPAC? I don't even remember this.
In DC.
Oh, that was in DC. Oh, I got you. Yeah. Benadryl for a breakout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's crazy. Yeah, he is. He. I know how.
Once again, like I'm saying, like I'm not saying I don't like have any fault in that. Like it like definitely like ate me up for like a long time.
Yeah.
I feel very bad about it still.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Kind of sad.
Damn. Yeah, that's it's tough, and I mean, I don't know how you feel about the guy now, but it's like it's probably worse that you don't. That you like the more that you learn about him and know who he really is, it probably makes the whole thing worse a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. What is?
I mean, I just don't want anything to do with him. Like
I get you. I totally get you. What did he say about his family? Like, because obviously he has like a family and kids. What was his excuse with that though? Like, how would he justify that?
he was like, oh, my wife doesn't care. She lets me run free or whatever. She doesn't care as long as, because I like take such good care of her, and she just lets me be a man and like do what I want and blah blah blah. Like
Really?
he was like saying that stuff. Yeah.
Says like the wife doesn't care. Wow.
Yeah.
I highly doubt that.
So he has an open relationship, huh? That's crazy.
Which, I mean...
Did
like,
you ever
after,
question
like,
that, or
a while,
like...
I was like, that's definitely not... Like, I, like, realized that's not true.
Right.
But, also, like, at the time, like, it seemed like... I don't know, just, like, the way he acted and everyone acted around him and the things he would say around girls, it almost, like, seemed like that was true. Does that make sense? Like,
Yeah.
and, like, obviously, like,
Yeah, I mean, he got into trouble for his behavior around women, so
deeply regret that, but also, like, I'm not a slut. Like, I mean, that's, like, a horrible thing, but it's not like I really am, like, sleeping around or have been, so.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to defend yourself.
It's kind of, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of just, like, not even true for, like, anyone who knows me, so.
Yeah, I mean, you just had a fling with Elijah, and that's, I don't know, I guess he got upset about it, and he's just exaggerating. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, so Elijah on top of that was trying to blackmail her, or not blackmail her, but tell other people that she's a slut. Wow.
Did you, I guess you're not gonna tell anyone, huh? Or, I guess I was gonna ask, like, would you tell your husband? I guess, this is before your husband, right?
Yeah, no, we weren't engaged.
Oh, okay.
But no, I'm not telling anyone.
Yeah. Okay.
And, like, I was, like I said, like, very intoxicated.
Well,
So,
he said, like, it was a couple times, like, you were traveling around and, like, maybe in DC and New York and stuff like that. I'm not trying to.
no.
like, not to like not take any accountability at all, because like it obviously was my fault too, what happened between us. But even that was like I don't know. I feel like it was like he got me very intoxicated. Like I don't even like remember most of it. And I was even like thinking back because it was like at CPAC, the 2 nights. You're there. Wait. You're there, and the second night, I was like breaking out in a rash. And so like he's like, "Oh, get some Benadryl. It'll help with the rash." And like now I'm thinking back, and it's like that's probably why I like blacked out, because he like intentionally gave me Benadryl and like sent me a bunch of shots and stuff. And like obviously it's like stupid on my part to like go along with that, you know? Jesus. Am I doing a good impression, guys? Okay, this is just like a random tidbit of like weirdness, but my 2 friends, like my 2 best friends, like they know who he is or whatever, but they've never met him. And he greeted them and like kissed both of their cheeks, which is super weird, right? Like they've never met him and they were both super weirded out and like instantly called me, and it gets weirder. When he greeted my husband, he kissed his temple. What? You can't make this up. Like he was greeting everyone by kissing them that day. It was weird. It was like at the James and Keith party. And we were all like dying about it. What? Stock alleges that Schaefer got me like very intoxicated and that she does not remember all the events of the evening. She adds that he gave her Benadryl ostensibly for a rash, but perhaps also to get her further intoxicated. She drank a bunch of shots and blacked out. Schaefer constantly questioned Stock's faith at the same time, as or so several former employees all allege, masquerading as an Orthodox Christian himself, wearing oversized religious jewelry. When he met Stock's husband, Schaefer kissed him on the forehead in the manner of a priest. Elijah Schaefer's affair with Sarah Stock will come as a surprise to some observers, many of whom are convinced that Schaefer is, or at least was, gay. Others regard him as a cookie-cutter drunk and womanizer. Both groups are correct. Oh shit, Milo! Wow. Schaefer says he had a twink phase before he got married. A twink is a slender young homosexual male who enjoys being aggressively anally penetrated by an older, active, usually more muscular partner. This period seems to coincide with Schaefer's time as a youth pastor. A little-known fact about Schaefer is that he attended church with and grew up around Benny Johnson, at whose house Schaefer attended sleepovers while they both attended Calvary Chapel. Schaefer left the church in a hurry when he was discovered having sex with another man. Despite his own past, one of Schaefer's favorite subjects is Nick Fuentes' homosexuality, a subject Schaefer returns to again and again, according to Sarah Stock, who comments in his second recording on how much shit Elijah talks about Fuentes in private. He talks shit about Fuentes because he wishes he had, like, that fucking rabid audience that Fuentes has.
Nick for clout while bringing on one of his enemies or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Beardson did a little bit of a stream and talked a lot of shit about Elijah for saying like, oh, like I feel like he's constantly like subtweeting the Groypers and like trying to talk shit about Groypers without saying anything directly. But it's like kind of weird because even Beardson's like, yeah, like I like Elijah though. Like I don't have a reason to like dislike him, but like this needs to stop. Like it's cringe. I don't know. He was kind of like in the middle like that. So but Beardson didn't even have like any of the examples where Elijah said like so much worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he wasn't even aware of us.
Oh, okay.
So that's what I'm saying. Like if even Beardson did a whole stream about this, he didn't seem to like he barely knew anything about it. So I just kind of feel like most of them, I don't know.
I guess
I
it's.
was thinking like if Nick knew like how much shit Elijah's talked about him, like Elijah will go around like telling people Nick's gay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like said that before in like a room. Be like, yeah, I mean like I think it's definitely true that he is, you know, gay or whatever, but he has his own things. Just like he's like totally said that before.
I mean, I think Elijah Schaefer's just mad that Nick Fuentes has a rabid audience and he doesn't, but...
Huh. Because I'm saying, like, those things make me. I don't want to believe Nick's gay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how I feel, but those things, like those clues that Elijah's leaving, and always these comments, and then the fact that like Nick doesn't just crush him when he like counter signals or whatever. It's like I just feel like does he know something? Like, what does Elijah have that he's allowed to exist this long? Because, and maybe you're right, nobody's just paying attention, but
No,
some of the
like,
tweets,
personally, I just think that like no one's paid attention to Elijah and they don't care what he says about Nick.
so then
Like,
why?
just, like,
Why does he want to go around saying he's gay? Like, why would he say that?
because he talks shit because he's jealous of Nick. He's extremely jealous of him.
Yeah.
It's like obvious. Like he's like talks so much shit about Nick for no reason.
Why? Why do you think he's jealous?
Because Nick's way more popular
Yeah.
and he's on his generational run.
Wow.
And then like Elijah will say things like, well, you know, Nick is like, he's better at doing a show than me, but I'm the one who's like way better at running a business. Like he doesn't know how to run a business.
Bruh.
Like he says all these like copes basically because he sees himself as in competition with him, and then he would get like so jealous when like I obviously like would say like no, like Nick's like the leader of the movement. Like he like literally crashed out because I said to him that like, oh, like Nick's the leader of the movement, you're not, or something.
Now that's starting to make a little more sense because I couldn't understand like where there was this switch where he was like condemning anybody in the company that was like liked Nick or watched his clips or was like even just like mildly supportive. He's like, you're either on my side or Nick's side, and they were crashing about you and Mike and anybody else that whatever. And then they were trying to say like, you're a groiper too, you're like to me, and I was like, no, I mean he's just right about stuff. I don't even watch his stuff, but like whenever I see his stuff, like he is right and he's better than you. Like that's just like a fact. But it was like you're either on my side or his side, and now it makes more sense. Like if you had said that to him, I can understand why he would have got even more
He's jealous. That's what Elijah is. He's jealous. He look at the stuff that he covers. Look at the talking points that he uses. Is basically the same shit. You know, it's basically the same shit.
That makes.
Oh yeah.
He wishes that he could be Nick Fuentes.
Okay, that. Now that makes more sense about the crash out because I remember confronting him one time and be like, dude, aren't you friends with this guy? Like, why do you keep this up? You know, like every show was like a dig, like, yeah, but they're all like incels and, you know, none of them are white and they're not Chads like me. It was like every time. And I was like, why do you care so much?
There was like a while, I mean, I haven't even watched his show in a long time, but like the last time I was watching it, or I would like check in, every single time it's just seething about and like, no, it was totally like, he was like genuinely, like I don't think there was any other time he was like genuinely mad at me, but when I said that, I think he was just like, it was when like, it was after SAS and Kevin Pasovic came on the show and then we all went out to dinner, and then I was kind of like trying to convince Kevin to be like a griper.
Yeah.
Basically, because he was asking me these questions about Nick, and I'm thinking like, dude, if we can convince like Kevin to be based in Red Pill, then maybe he can like convince his brother. Like I'm thinking like that way, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like telling him like, no, that's not true about Nick. This is like what really happened or whatever. And I'm like trying to explain things to him. And then Elijah's like butting into our conversation, being like, oh no, but like Nick is like, he's probably gay, I think. And like, yeah. And like, just like, you know, saying all stuff. And then, so I'm just like defending Nick. And then Elijah gets all mad. He's like, oh, why are you defending him so hard? You act like he's your boyfriend. Like you have a crush on him. He was like genuinely like upset at me.
Whoa.
And then that made me kind of mad. I'm like, basically I like told him to like humble himself. I'm like, sorry, Nick's the leader of the movement. Like no one even knows what Rift TV is. Like I think I like said something like that. Like I'm not saying we don't have like a part to play or anything, but like don't pretend like you have more influence than him.
Yeah.
And then because that's what he was trying to claim, is that like he has no real influence or something. like, he clearly has, like, way more sense. He has, like, all these loyal followers, and, like, a lot of them are infiltrated, and, like, I know them.
He has a ton of influence. It's just like, it's undeniable. Even if you hate him, it's undeniable. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. And then he was, like, denying this and whatever. And then after, he was, like, genuinely kind of mad at me. And the next day, he, like, sat me down, gave me a talk about, like, bad-mouthing the company in front of people who aren't in it or something.
Yeah.
By the way, I've confirmed that Schaefer's wife and children are safe. There are too many examples of outrageous hypocrisy to list, but here's the kind of thing Stock was posting online while she was near weekly and for 6 months cheating on her boyfriend with Elijah Schaefer. It is not known whether she insisted her husband wait for marriage. I'm officially Catholic. Ave Christus Rex. Actually, that's not quite true. We do know if she made him wait. She did, because Sarah Stock's husband believed he was marrying a virgin. That's what she told him, or at least allowed him to believe. What we don't know is how she explained not being intact on the big night. It's not like people can really tell anyways, but vigorous horse riding has been known to claim the hymeneal integrity of teen girls, though this is less common than women like to suggest. No, women break their hymens in all sorts of ways. I've heard of women breaking their hymens from tripping and falling, or riding their bicycle. Elijah Schaefer's drinking, drug taking, and extramarital affairs have been relentless for the duration of his marriage, a union hastily arranged once he decided to pursue a conservative media career. One thing hasn't changed from Schaefer's days as a youth pastor. He still likes things shoved up his bum. His fetish for pegging is sufficiently well known that it has even been disclosed repeatedly, including by influencer Brittany Venti. Schaefer owns an electric dildo, what the fuck? Which he has taken with him on vacations to El Salvador and other places. On these trips, he hires and brags about hiring female prostitutes, but spends much of their time together being anally, mechanically penetrated by the hookers. What the fuck? I remember your group collabs with Nick Fuentes. Can we really call them collabs? I mean, I used to host debate panels where I've had like America First people come on and debate large liberal content creators and stuff. I mean, I've been on a debate panel with Nick Fuentes a couple of times, maybe. On the opposite side of him, but I don't know if I'd call them collaborations, really, but yeah, he's been an opponent. He popped onto one of my debate panels as well. How do you brag about hiring prostitutes? I don't know. It's very strange to me. Schaefer is on a cocktail of both illegal and prescription drugs, including peptides and accelerants. He has been blacking out from excessive alcohol consumption in combination with these chemicals multiple days per week for years, as he confesses in this third recording.
And I'll just say, I'm going to admit, I'll just say this, I can't make you admit anything, say anything, but I will admit that I am playing a role in this, and that I am that it is immature, and that it should be dealt with differently. And I will also admit, outside of work, that my personal life, I'm having a hard time. And I'm trying I'm trying to like figure it out. But obviously, I am stressed, and I'm not dealing with it the way I should be, and I'm not. And it's not always that I'm up till 12. Like oftentimes. It's the same thing. If I don't drink, then I can't sleep. I can't sleep more than an hour. I'm tossing. And I fall asleep.
So he's got an alcohol problem. He legit has an alcohol problem. He's confirming that. Yiannopoulos has so few strengths. I think he's got quite a few. He was the ghostwriter for Marjorie Taylor Greene, but one of them is reporting on salacious gossip. What a wild story.
6, and it's like it may look like I was drinking the same thing or not. Do I drink sometimes? Yeah, and too much? Absolutely. I consider myself more of like having a binge problem. Or even if it is only a couple times in a week, it's like I'll black out or whatever, and so that is problematic. And I'll just say, I'm gonna admit, I'll just say this. I can't make you admit anything, say anything, but I will admit that that I am playing a role in this, and that I am that it is immature, and that it should be dealt with differently. And I will also admit, outside of work, that my personal life, I'm having a hard time, and I'm trying I'm trying to like figure it out. But obviously, I am stressed, and I'm not dealing with it the way I should be, and I'm not. And it's not always that I'm up till 12. Like oftentimes, it's the same thing. If I don't drink, then I can't sleep. I can't sleep more than an hour. I'm tossing. And I fall asleep at 6, and it's like it may.
I think we're listening to this a second time, but yeah, clearly he has an
Look like
alcohol
I was
problem.
drinking the same thing or not. Do I drink sometimes? Yeah, and too much? Absolutely. I consider myself more of like having a binge problem. Or even if it is only a couple times in a week, it's like, yeah, I'll black out or whatever. And so that is problematic.
I wonder what Mark Lamont Hill is streaming about. Anyways. Out of respect for Schaefer's soon-to-be ex-wife and for the sake of his children, I am not reproducing messages between the Schaefers. Suffice it to say that Elijah's conduct as a husband and father has been derelict, frightening, and neglectful in the extreme. Holy shit. Right-wing people and being nice to your wives can never go hand in hand, huh? After years of infidelity, insensible drunken rants, abuse, and even being falsely implicated in felonies, Schaefer's wife filed for divorce in Texas in January. Worried about his manly public image, Schaefer filed in Florida so he could pretend he had instigated the divorce. Petition 122. Okay. Schaefer faces a messy divorce, made more difficult because he is flat broke. He raised money for a new endeavor, Rift TV, at a $5 million valuation, including one investment of over $250,000. But that money is already gone, as are the staff. Rift TV is insolvent, heading for bankruptcy. As I write to you, dozens of stories about his private modus operandi are flooding in. Ooh. They are all the same: aggressive sexual assault, profligate spending, vast quantities of drugs and alcohol, and at the end of the night, a foreign object in Elijah Schaefer's rectal canal. Here's my Elijah 2 story. After an event we hosted with Elijah, he went out drinking with attendees. He flirted with college girls the entire time and only took a brief break to FaceTime his wife. He was very drunk. The next day, one girl from that night told me that Elijah had put his hands in her pants when she told him no multiple times. He also tried to make her touch him. After she pushed back and told him no multiple times, he eventually stopped. She didn't want me to make a big deal out of it, but I was pretty upset and stopped working with Elijah. Elijah claimed he did coke on a bong. I have no clue if that is even possible. And at one of the dive bars, I saw him go into a bathroom with literally 10 college girls who were doing coke. Later today, I'll share what it was like to work for Rift TV and the vindictive way Schaefer retaliated against those who either tried to help him or who spoke out about the workplace he made them endure. Oh, and that BMW, he left it unlocked with the keys inside. More soon. Of course he did, because he's a fucking idiot. Okay, then the next thing I saw Milo posted was... Pulling it up here. Give me a second. Elijah Schaefer speaking to his wife. Some listeners may find this content disturbing. Oh, and that BMW? He slammed his penis in the car door. Milo, maybe. I slammed my penis in the car door. You slam your penis in the car door. Oh my god, dude. Nice way to bring back the meme. Good one. Okay.
I slam my penis in the car door. You slam your penis in the car door.
We just need like the Elijah Shaper version. Oh man.
I slam
my penis in the car door.
You slam your penis in the car door.
Damn. Okay, anyways. Oh, Vadim confronted Hutch. That'll be a good watch later. Okay, Elijah Schaefer speaking to his wife. Some listeners may find this content distressing. His wife and the mother of his children.
Please. I'm trying to... Dumb bitch.
Some listeners may find this content disturbing. Milo starts song. He's so funny. Fuck, dude.
Dumb bitch. Please. I'm trying to... Like, god damn it. Being such a fucking whore. I'm like, literally like, oh, hey. You know what? You had a couple beers. Oh, why do you lie to me? Why do you lie to me? You know why? 'Cause you're a fucking whore and you're a bitch. And you need to shut the fuck up. How about that? Because...
Dude, he actually sounds like such a soy boy in this. No wonder he's so mad.
When I talk to you the truth, you become a fucking whore. And I don't want to be around you. Oh, I'm not a whore. Yeah, maybe you're not. You act like one. How about that? Oh, well, you want to show yourself to me? Yeah. How about this? I can handle your shit. Fucking divorce me. Take my son. Do what the fuck you want. How about this? Shut the fuck up, because I'm your husband, and I'm trying to support you and be your husband. Well, you had a couple of beers with someone. Oh, god damn it. Oh, I hope you die. I hope you die successfully. Oh my god, your husband had some beers. I hope you die in peace. Oh my god, you have fake problems.
Says the man whore. Yeah, the guy who's literally stepping out on his wife all the fucking time.
You have fake problems. You're a fake complainer. You have fake problems. Your husband loves you. He works for you. He does everything. Oh my god, but you know, I have asked. Could you just be honest with me for one moment? Oh.
Yeah, she's like, which woman are you sleeping with now? It's never just alcohol. She knows. It's never just alcohol.
Was honest with you. Do you know
He's probably gets drinking. He gets drunk enough. He starts doing coke. He starts doing crack, right? A lot of people, they get drunk and they start doing other drugs. They start engaging in bad behaviors.
In return, being honest, this shit. So fuck you. Honestly, from my bottom of my heart, fuck you, you bitch. I fucking will never be honest with you. You're a fucking ungrateful bitch. So fuck you. You don't deserve.
He sounds such like a twink. He really does.
Oh, I just really want you to be honest with me. I want you to.
This isn't the Elijah didn't record this. This is somehow Milo got this recording.
Please. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You had a couple beers. You tell me in past life. Oh my god, you're such a fucking lie. Oh, you suffer with lying. You suffer with lying, you bitch. You suffer with lying. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Fuck you, honestly, just fuck you. You're such a fucking stupid cunt. You're just like, oh, well, you had a couple beers. I just wish you told me the truth. No, you don't, you bitch. You have no desire for that. It makes me so angry. It makes me so angry every time I listen to your stupid fucking shit. It makes me so angry. You know what? It's just, it makes me so angry I listen to your shit. I'm so angry I even, like, listened to you for 10 minutes. You just lie to me through your teeth and you go, well, you lie to me? You lie to me too. You're a liar. You're a fucking liar. And you go, when you lie to me, you're a liar. I hate you. You're like, you're a fucking lying bitch too. So fuck you. I'm done with this. And you know what? It's just like, it's just retarded. I won't be honest with you. I don't know why there's an issue tonight. You know, my dad sucks. I'm sorry, my dad sucks.
Okay, interesting. You're a fucking whore and you're a bitch. Elijah Schaefer talking to his wife, who married him as a virgin, who had his child and made his sandwiches. Every time an abusive incel misogynist calls you a whore, just remember one thing. It's not you, it's him. It doesn't sound like he's speaking to another person. Yeah, we definitely don't need any contributions from you. Wait, why is he saying that? Has she even spoken yet, or is he mumbling in the corner to himself? I don't know. I'm imagining somebody was recording him while he was on the phone, but not from the phone, like from the same room or something. Where's that Bulwark article? In one recording, a man that sounds very much like Schaefer supposedly talks about having a drinking problem. Another purports to feature Sarah Stock, who for the last year has been a political commentator, street interviewer, debater, and contributor for Rift TV. That recording captures part of a conversation between an unnamed man who is not Yiannopoulos and a woman as she describes some sort of sexual relationship with Schaefer that began at the Conservative Political Action Conference, presumably in February 2025. He didn't really give any pauses to suggest it's on the phone. That's a good point. I wonder what the context of that conversation is. She described some sort of sexual relationship with Schaefer that began at the Conservative Political Action Conference, presumably in February 2025. The woman who Yiannopoulos claims is Stock says that she had a sexual encounter with Schaefer after he offered her Benadryl and shots of alcohol, prompting her to black out. Yiannopoulos is a notoriously shifty figure, just as I was saying. That said, the same audio recordings were also sent to me, not from him. And while I have not been able to authenticate them, neither Schaefer nor Stock has directly denied them. On Wednesday, Stock did post on X that many of the claims about her were false, but she also apologized broadly for her actions. Sarah says, a lot of what has been said about me is completely untrue. That being said, there are mistakes/unwise decisions I have made that I deeply regret. I apologize to everyone who has been scandalized by this. Please pray. Logging off now. She deleted her X account entirely. Neither Schaefer nor Stock responded to requests for comment. Stock, who became a right-wing Catholic influencer after converting to the faith less than a year ago, gained some prominence online after she delivered a racist rant during a YouTube debate show featuring liberal commentator Sam Cedar. Since then, she's been a fearsome opponent of extramarital sex, denouncing fornication. Stock is also a familiar figure to false flag readers because of the drama that started last year when she posted a picture of her engagement ring. Rival influencers deemed the diamond far too small, setting off a vicious round of female MAGA infighting. Stock's alleged affair with Schaefer ended once she got engaged, according to the recording. But on the MAGA right, the widely discussed episode has dented both her and Schaefer's images as strict moralists. Well, did you ever look at racists as good morals, like examples for good morals? In fact, the brewing scandal has provoked what can only be described as an outpouring of schadenfreude. Both Schaefer and Stock have made many enemies on the online right, in part because of their vigorous moral policing. Much of the criticism that has been directed at the pair has centered on the fact that Stock apparently entered into a sexual relationship with a married man right before she decided to have her own marriage blessed by Pope Leo. She had edited that post and deleted it within 60 seconds. I quote tweeted it right about the same time. Wow. The trad stuff is performative BS, declared MAGA influencer Emily Saves America, who had clashed with Stock in the diamond size debate. Cindy Watson, Schaefer's former Blaze co-host, who sued the company over his alleged harassment, posted a picture of an intrigued Pepe the Frog character peeking through the blinds. Rift TV personalities dropped their affiliations with the site listed on their X accounts. Even an Indian account on X dredged up an old attack Schaefer made on the Hindu god Vishnu, declaring that his current scandal vindicated the Hindu pantheon. I did like seeing those posts. That was actually very funny. Let me show you guys that post. That was super funny to me. It's like, I don't believe in it, but and there were even like other Indian atheists who were saying, yeah, we don't believe in this, but like this makes us want to. Let me see. Yeah, here it is. I'm an atheist, but I am thinking this could be real. And it's Elijah Schaefer saying, I curse Vishnu, the fake god. And then Sarah Stock saying, curse Vishnu. I'm an atheist, but I am thinking this could be real. Now they're all memeing about it. It's so funny. But Vishnu lives in Star's eyes, true. And Vishnu is not to be trifled with. I mean, people don't understand the pluralism of Hinduism, right? Like, Hinduism is simultaneously, it can simultaneously be a monotheistic religion. You see monotheistic Hindus like Vivek Ramaswamy because they believe in one God that kind of like a prism, like the light that goes through the prism and out comes a rainbow, that all these different pantheon of deities are just like aspects of that one God. You've even got like atheist Hindus. There are schools of Hinduism and thought, Hindu philosophy, that there are atheist Hindus as well. There's obviously like it's just a very, to even call Hinduism one religion is incorrect, you know? So, but anyways, it's like a whole school of different philosophies is what I would say. The idea that it's one religion is also a very modern phenomena, I feel, you know? Okay, anyways. Back to this. Never speak on Vishnu ever again, it declared. And yet some were likely not terribly surprised to see Schaefer involved in a scandal like this. Back in 2022, sassy right-wing influencer Christian Walker accused Schaefer of cheating on his wife at a Republican event. Not even a year ago at a conservative conference, he did my friend 4 times in one night unprotected while he was still married, Walker said at the time. Jesus. Schaefer had also made numerous strange thirst trap style photos in recent months. In a November Instagram post captioned with a message about how much he loved his family, the photo showed him smoking an old-timey pipe while wearing an Orthodox Christian cross, but this was immediately followed by a steamy, shirtless selfie that cut off right above his groin. I'll spare you the actual image, thank you. Schaefer's downfall isn't just a personal Shakespearean tragedy, a modern adaptation set in the most idiotic corner of our hyper-online world. It also adds fodder to the right's ongoing civil war. Yiannopoulos, who plays a sort of mythic trickster role in MAGA media, hates white nationalist podcaster Nick Fuentes. In the hierarchy of the online right, Schaefer is a restless vassal of the far more successful Fuentes, meaning Yiannopoulos can undermine Fuentes by going after Schaefer. No surprise, then, that in one of the recordings Yiannopoulos releases, there's discussion about how Schaefer quietly talks so much shit about Fuentes out of envy. But the biggest damage may have been inflicted on the online trad brand as a whole. Conservative podcaster Allie Beth Stuckey complained that the affair demonstrated that women posing as trad wives had become a fetish for right-wing men. Far-right commentator Vrilliam, who recently cut ties with Schaefer after being exposed himself for making posts years earlier about being gay, summed it up. It's all bullshit, he said, of the trad lifestyle. I mean, even, Lauren Southern herself said, most of these people, it's all LARP. It makes sense, right? I'm starting to believe that so much of like the far right is LARPing as traditional people, and so much of the far left is LARPing as like not racist bigots. How horrible is that? So, what else did I have here? I mean, we could react more to this. Lily Gaddis as well came out and played the violin terribly and then claimed it was on purpose. We could look at that. You know, I love to hate on Lily Gaddis. I would love to hate on Elijah Schaefer more, but I feel like he's fallen off now. The number of exposures Ballerina Farms has gone through is actually crazy. I have to catch up on that. I'm not sure I understand it, you know? Yeah, here it is. So first she tweeted this out. You guys know I love to hate on her. Classical music enjoyers, and then she did like the greater than sign, and then did monkey music enjoyers. Whatever the fuck that means. An infant passed just recently because of their raw milk. Oh my god, one of their children passed away? That's terrible. I feel like that should be child abuse. Feeding your children raw milk? That is actual child abuse. Okay, then Lily Gaddis, after posting this about classical music being so great, she says, "For those of you who seethe." And then she posted this.
And now, the world's smallest violin for someone who is currently seething and needs it.
I know she's talking about rap music, but she's talking about classical music in comparison to rap music because she's racist and she doesn't really understand anything, but and then she pulls out her violin to play horribly, really.
And now, the world's smallest violin for someone who is currently seething and needs it. And now, the world's smallest...
Fucking terrible. Disclaimer, this piece was played intentionally poorly to add to the seed. You then, if you say this, then you have to play something well, please. Play something better, please. Intentionally decent. I don't know. Okay, I was a music major, okay? I didn't play violin, but I have been around violin players who are much better, much more talented than she is, and are probably not her ideal because they're not white. So. Why are you so hateful? Is it the Holy Spiritual? Or is it because you were born a woman who looks like Thomas Jefferson? Oh my god, dude. Okay.
And now, the world's smallest violin for someone who is currently seething and needs it.
God, dude, I don't know how she gets so popular either. I am so owned right now. You're supposed to do that with a tiny violin, you dumb twat. Oh my god. I haven't played since I was a kid, so I'm getting back in the groove. It does look insane though, LOL. White excellence? If this is white excellence, what? This is true. Ben Shapiro does play the violin 100 times better than she does. 100 times better. This is white excellence? Oh my god, please. Please. White excellence exists. It's certainly not anything that Lily Gaddis does. Let's look at the news, right? I haven't seen Bad Bunny's Super Bowl performance yet. I should soon, though. Trump is threatening to block a new bridge between Detroit and Canada from opening. What does he think? That people are gonna flood in from Canada into Detroit? These are the two worst places. Does he think the South American people are going to fly to Canada and then go from Canada to Detroit? What is happening? Literally going from freezing cold to a little bit less cold, but a fucking war zone. Hello? Donald Trump on Monday threatened to block the opening of a new Canadian-built bridge across the Detroit River, demanding that Canada turn over at least half of the ownership of the bridge and agree to other unspecified demands in his latest salvo over cross-border trade issues. Oh, it's over trade. Okay. We will start negotiations immediately. I want to live in a crime-plagued hellhole from RoboCop. But first, let me teleport over to the coldest place on fucking Earth. The Gordie Howe International Bridge, named after a Canadian hockey star who played for the Detroit Red Wings for 25 seasons, had been expected to open in early 2026, according to information on the project's website. The project was negotiated by former Michigan Governor Rick Snyder, a Republican, and paid for by the Canadian government to help ease congestion over the existing Ambassador Bridge and Detroit-Windsor Tunnel. Work has been underway since 2018. It's unclear how Trump would seek to block the bridge from being opened, and the White House did not immediately return a request for comment on more details. The Canadian Embassy in Washington also did not immediately return a request for comment. Bro, what? What is going on? I don't know why Trump wants to be mean to our hat. Kind of kinship we have with the Maple people is rare in between nations. Shaking my damn head. He torched everything for us. Like, it took the entire world so long to get on tariffs so low, and he just torched it all instantly. We're gonna build a bridge and make Canada pay for it. Yeah, and then we're going to be assholes about them opening it. Like, what? U.S. snowboard star Chloe Kim calls for unity after Trump bashes teammate over immigrant crackdown. Call it the Donald Trump Memorial and he'll love it, but it's not a memorial, it's a bridge. And make it vaguely arch-shaped. Okay. Democrats and White House trade offers as shutdown of Homeland Security looms. Trump's immigration crackdown is straining federal courts. Judges are raising the alarm. I do want to cover politics again. I do think it's super fun. I do love the influencer on influencer drama, and I think that Elijah Schaffer is kind of like more my style, like, you know, the political influencer drama, but I don't know. I feel like when I used to cover politics, I was pretty good at culture war issue stuff. When I wanted to talk about it, I felt like I was pretty decent at culture war issue stuff. Maybe I'll do it again. I don't know. He literally tacked his name on the Kennedy Memorial. The font didn't even match. True. True. Anyways, I think I'm gonna go to bed, guys. Or not bed. I have to go make dinner, and I have to go tend to my birds, and I have other stuff to do. I have editing still to do. Keep an eye out next few days for Gilded's wonderful new video that I'm cleaning up right now. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Is there anything else for us to talk about, really? I just feel like white really looks good on me on camera. I just feel like it's my color on camera. You know, I can't wear dark colors on camera because my hair blends in with it. This was fun. It was fun. Homeland Security absolutely needs to be shut down. I heard about stuff with Tulsi Gabbard. I have to catch up on stuff. Hope your night goes smoothly, Star. Also, white looks good on you. Thank you guys for sticking around with me, as I'm still getting back into the swing of things. You guys know I took a really long break from live content. I'm probably still going to do live content like once a week for a while, but as I get better at it, you'll see these become much more polished. So I appreciate your, I appreciate your patience with me. What is your white balance set at? You know, I don't know. I don't know much about cameras, CRC. Are you in the Discord? If you have camera tips for me, please let me know. I would greatly appreciate it. I know I had to turn the ISO setting either up or down so that I was more visible on camera. So, but yeah, if I wear like tops that are darker, I just feel like I can't wear anything but white or a really light color on camera. Maybe you can help me with that. I don't know. Did DHS do a thing again? I don't know. I just know that Tulsi Gabbard got in trouble. Or that there's a whistleblower blowing the whistle on her or something, so. But yeah, thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Again, I'm still getting back into the swing of things, but hopefully as I get more back into the swing of things, my streams will get tighter and I'll be able to do monologues and I'll be able to riff like I used to. So might be the lighting or background color too. It might be. It might be. But anyways, have a good one, guys. Join the Discord. Exclamation Discord, I think, is what brings it up in the chat. So, or you can always follow me on Twitter and at me or something. It could be to do with the background, but I feel like I worked so hard on it. I would love to do music streams too. That would be fun. If if I do more than one stream a week, I would like to do one music stream a week as well. But that'll be a long way away, I think. So, but yeah, it's been a weird year for me, you know. I'm actually still dealing with my, like, despite my dad passing a year ago, I'm still dealing with legal stuff from it. So, is it not working? Let's see, did it work? kind of music do you like? I like all sorts of music, but my favorite stuff to like perform is like ballads, basically. Like I would have been like I don't know. You know, there are artists that only do ballads. I probably would have been one of those. Here, I'm just gonna copy the link to the Discord and drop it. You might be dealing with all that for at least another year too. My God, dude. It's just taking so long. So, and I'm confused by it. I'm very confused by it. I'm confused by it. There are things that I have to like gather. I don't understand. I have to do all sorts of paperwork I don't understand. And then I've got like normal life stuff on top of that, you know? So I don't know. It's weird. But I'll see you guys later. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good one. I'll see you guys next Monday. Unless something pops up.